Hello and welcome back to this course of videos on MongoDB. Now in the last video we looked at aggregation and we started to look at something called piping. Now we'll continue to look at these things in this video. Now if you look at what we did in the last video, we used our aggregate method and we grouped by seller ID and we counted the number of products. So basically in the products table, each document is a product, and so we counted the number of documents or products for each seller. So you can see seller ID of number 1 had 3 products or documents. Seller of ID 2 also had 3 products or documents. And you can see here we put a comma. This was the first object that we submitted, which catered for our grouping. Now we had a comma. This is the piping. So the next object that we piped is sort. So we sorted by ID. So you can see the ID 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we're sorting by. Now, so far we've piped 2 parameters or 2 arguments together. The group operator was our first parameter or argument submitted, and the second was an object using the sort command. So there are others that we can use. So the first one that we'll look at is match. Now the match operator, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add an extra object at the start of our command here, paste it in. So here's I'm actually going to, we've now got 3 objects. Here's the first object, I've just pasted in, comma. Then we have the group object, and then we have the sort object. So what the match object does, this object here, is very similar to when we were doing our find method and we were passing an object that we were using as our selection criteria. Like we only want to see documents that fit this particular criteria. This is what we're using here with this match operator here. So you can see it's a key value, the object actually contains a key value pair. The key is the match operator, and the value is how we actually want to filter. What criteria do we want to use? And what we're saying is, within this object we have another key value pair. The key is price, which is a value from the products table, and the value is, we're using the less than operator here and saying less than 50. So in my aggregation, I only want to include prices that are less than $50 from this products collection. So you can see we're doing this before we group. So with piping, the order of what you're passing in here matters. So stage 1, what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, just filter my products collection to only include documents where the price is less than $50. Once this happens, then and only then, I will do my grouping, and I want to group and do my count of products, so count of documents. So if we run this now, you'll see that this, my results down here that includes all of my seller IDs is going to reduce, because it's only going to give me the sellers that have products that are priced under $50. So if I run this now, you can see, yeah, we've only got 6, and there's only 6 sellers where that have products that are under $50. Now I'm actually going to change my sorts, the parameters I'm submitting to my sort command here. Instead of using ID, I actually want to use count of products, because I want to see the sellers with the highest count of products under $50. So I'm actually going to change this to -1 because I want to see descending. So in descending order, I want to see the sellers that have their product count of products under $50. So if I run this now, you can see that seller number 7, now it's sorted. Seller number 7 has 4 products or documents that are less than $50. And seller 8 has 2, seller 2 has 1, and so on and so on. So what we're doing now as a final stage in our pipe is to limit the documents that get returned, or the results that get returned. I only want to see the top 3. So like I said, currently we've got 6 sellers that were returned that had products less than $50. I only want to see the top 3. So again, I'm going to put a comma in here, and I'm going to put my next piped command in here, which is going to be limit of 3. So then if I run this now, you can see this is just my top 3 sellers from my products table that have products less than $50, and I'm sorting descending here, so 4 to 1, and I'm limiting to the top 3. So that is piping on the NoSQL side. So to perform this same piping effect on the MySQL side, again, we are first going to match, and then we're going to sort, and then we're going to limit. So on the match side, first of all, so we're going to use our where statement as the equivalent for match, and so we're going to say where price is less than 50. So that covers this statement here, this object. Now you see if I run this, my list is going to get a lot smaller, as it has here, you can see. So that's match done. The next thing we want to do is sort by count of products descending. So here, I am going to, after the group by statement, I'm going to say order by, and I want to order by my count of products. And you can see I put in a -1 here for descending. On the MySQL relational side, I say DESC. So you can see now this is going to sort descending here. And then for the final piece, our limit is very similar in MySQL as it is on the Mongo side. I am just going to say limit 3. And I'll run this, and it limits to my top 3 sellers who have products that are priced under $50. So I hope this gives you a good understanding of piping these different commands in NoSQL Mongo and on the MySQL relational side. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.